Hey there, how you doing? Oops, my name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekly reading, which is, I know, a day late, but we're going to work on this. Here, just focus on the happy guy right there. That's okay. Just kidding. This one right here is going to be for Libra, and I am sorry that it's late. I had a bunch of doctor's appointments today for my hand, and, you know, things happen. But I'm here now. So, for my Libras, this one will cover then, what are we doing? October 14th through the 16th, right? 14th, 15th, and 16th. There we go. 3 days. Okay. All right, we've got Libra, Libra, Libra. Libra, Libra. Whoa, come back. Ah, cards are going everywhere. Move everything around. Okay, here we go. All right, Libra. What are you looking at? Well, you know, you're just starting strong over and over again today. So you're starting with the Tower, okay? Followed by the King of Cups. The challenge is the Seven of Wands. So this line right here is speaking of basically your backstory. This is what we're building off of for this reading. This tells me where we're coming from, okay? So here in the recent past, it looks like we dealt with some kind of tower. You dealt with some sort of a tower, right? Something you were building on that you felt had a strong enough foundation to withstand building something on it. Did not, right? You're presenting in this line as the King of Cups, but I get a feeling that is how you ended up after this tower fell, was you were able to step into the King of Cups because you were able to pull yourself back together, basically. And when you pulled yourself back together, you pulled all of your energy and all of your emotion back in from whatever situation it had been in that had fallen. And then you just, it feels like you almost put it under lock and key, like you were hoarding it almost. Like, I've got it all now, you can't have it, something like that. Okay. The challenge in the recent past, or even currently now, but the story we're building off of, the challenge here is your defensiveness. Meaning that you got very hurt by this tower falling, and you have now pulled all your energy and emotion back into you, and you have no intentions of letting anybody get close enough to you to hurt you again, at least not anytime soon, is what I see here. So this is your backstory, okay? All right, let's see where we're going from there. What do we have currently? So, sorry, I have to show you. I'm happy with the Knight of Swords, okay? Followed by the Magician. And in the challenge position, we have Judgment, okay? So currently then, we have you're on some sort of a crusade for clarity. I think you are trying desperately to make sense of whatever has happened here. Which is, I mean, that's kind of normal, right? That's what we do. We make sense of things when they don't make sense. We try to anyways. And you're trying to make sense of whatever's just taken place. I don't know that there's a way to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But you're trying. So you're on a crusade for clarity. You're trying to, which means basically it means you're running laps in your head, trying to figure out a new way to put this together or see it from a different perspective. You know, some people would say it's a waste of time. I don't know that you're going to find the answers you're looking for, but I also don't know that it's a waste of time. I think it's something you have to go through. It's part of like a healing process, right? Trying to figure out what happened and why. Okay, in the center of your read, so this will end up being the card in the center here, is the Magician. So you're trying very hard to figure this out, put this behind you and move forward. All those things are great. That's what you're supposed to do. I just think you're having a very difficult time of it, is what this is saying. Okay, what's the challenge? The challenge is Judgment. The challenge is you calling judgment on whatever happened here. That's not a challenge. You had every right to call judgment on whatever happened once or maybe twice, but it's like, it feels like you continue to call judgment on it over and over and over again. Once you call judgment on something, that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the other person can take accountability and say they're sorry. You can accept it or not accept it, and everybody has to kind of move forward from there. But it feels a little bit like until you can figure out the clarity you're looking for, you just keep calling judgment on the same situation somewhat. You know, like you wake up in the morning and you're ready to call judgment on him again, on this person again. And it's just because you haven't managed to get yourself to a sense of healing where you feel comfortable yet. You feel like they still owe you, and probably they do. I mean, but it's not your job to really even out the scales, right? Let's keep going. What do we have in the near future? What are we looking at here? Okay, we've got 8 of Swords, 2 of Cups, and the Chariot. Well, closing with the Chariot is a great card. I like that a lot, okay? 8 of Swords is where we're starting in the near future. That is you doing what I told you earlier. You know, you're running laps in your head looking for a way to somehow make sense of all this. You know, why did you waste however much time was involved in this situation? Why did they do this? Why did things change? You know, all those questions. And the next card over is the 2 of Cups, because you're trying to make sense of a divine union. And this was indeed a divine union. It's not like this was something that didn't mean anything, okay? You learned a lot from this person. They learned a lot from you. This was definitely intended to come together. Just doesn't mean that it was necessarily intended to last forever. Or if it was, it doesn't mean that the road was going to be, you know, free of speed bumps, right? I mean, that's... At any rate, the last card in this section right here is all about forward motion and victory. It's you moving forward. So it looks like you are, as much as it may not seem like it some days, it does look like you are managing to get through this healing journey, and so that you can eventually move forward and get away from this, right? On the bottom of the deck, I have the 5 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Cups. So the 5 of Wands is here because there's a ton of inner turmoil for you as well. The Wheel of Fortune is here because it is spinning in your favor, although I'm sure most days it doesn't feel like it to you, but it really is. It is. And the Knight of Cups, I mean, I feel like that is kind of spirit coming in to try to save the day. They're trying to ease your pain if they can, you know? All right, let me see. We'll pull 3 more, and then I got to do the days, the 3 days, right? I got 10 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and the 10. I got 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. So, I mean, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups tells you all we really need to know. You're headed for better days, okay? There are better days ahead. It's a matter of finding balance again, and it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Things don't just get healed overnight. It takes a minute. So, you're working your way through the process, and you're doing a good job of it, okay? You're going to get to the other side of this. You are. All right, let's see what we get for Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday, you get the 2 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. So this is you trying to pick a path. What path do you want to take to the rest of your life? You know what I mean? The 9 of Wands is here. You are wounded. I mean, that's not going to change overnight. I don't know that that'll ever change. You'll always have wounds, right, from this. It's just we're trying to get them healed up enough so that they're just little tiny scars or something. They're not big wounds anymore. That's what we're looking for. Okay, Wednesday, you have the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. I do believe that you are slowly but surely walking away from whatever this pain was, whatever caused this, you know. 6 of Wands, there's a lot of people that recognize how hard this has been for you and what a struggle it's been and how strong you've been, you know. There you go. Okay, Thursday, what do you got? The King of Swords and the Emperor. You know, you are coming out of this somewhat cold. I'll say that, okay? With the defensiveness up here on the top, you're a little on the ice cold side right this second, but that'll change in time. You just need a little blue guy like this one to bounce around. It'll be fine. No, this is tough. It's not easy, okay? And you're doing a great job, and you're getting to the other side of it. With the Emperor, you could be a little bit rigid in your thinking right now. Maybe a little, a little bit like things are going to be your way or the highway kind of deal, but that's okay. You know, you've earned that right, I suppose. There you go. All in all, Libra, it's not a bad reading. I know you're going through it, but you're coming out the other side of it, and I do believe things are definitely taking a turn for the better. Okay? All right, that's what I got there. Okay, thank you. Oops, gotta do this one. Too many buttons.